Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to get Metamask set up and also then how to participate with Metamask using a Coinbase account. So I have Google Chrome open here. You can actually use the Brave browser as well. Brave browser is a more secure browser in some ways. It's sometimes faster. In this I'm going to be using Google Chrome. Either one will work just fine as well. So the first thing we want to do is you can do a search for Metamask. And then what you have to be very careful of, let me zoom in a little bit, is that you don't click an advertisement accidentally. So in this case, you want to make sure that the website you're going to is metamask.io. And please make sure it's not a fake link or anything like that. Or you could just literally type in metamask.io in the URL bar. And what you're going to see is download, and the first button here, download for Chrome. So I'm going to click that. Add to Chrome. Add extension. Now, what Metamask is, it is a Web3 wallet. What is a Web3 wallet? You can see his head's following me here. So a Web3 wallet is what allows you to interact with a DApp, also known as a decentralized application. It allows your Metamask to convert, or rather convert, but send and receive, more importantly, specifically, funds to and from a app on a website, a decentralized application. So you can interact more with the website in a decentralized fashion, also known as Web3. So MetaMask is simply a crypto wallet that is Web3 compatible that plugs into your web browser. So first thing you're going to do here, obviously we're creating a new wallet, so we're going to click create a new wallet. It's going to give you some information. Do you want to agree to help improve? I'm going to go ahead and click I agree. You're going to have to click and into both of these boxes and enter a password. I'm just going to go ahead and enter something. It's a weak password. I can put in some numbers and an exclamation point, something like that. Okay. Enter obviously a password that works for you. And once you enter in both areas, you're going to click I understand that MetaMask cannot recover this password for me. So what you want to do at this point, you want to literally get out pencil and paper. That's right, I said pencil and paper. You'll know why in a moment. And start writing down the information you're typing in. So your password, you want to write that down. I mean literally write it down on a piece of paper. Again, you'll know why in just a moment. Go ahead and click create new wallet when you're ready. It's going to give you some information here with a video, how to secure your wallet, some good recommendations and tips. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click secure my wallet. Now, this is the part where you really need to write this down on a piece of paper. So, in crypto, the way to access your wallet, it could be MetaMask, it could be any cryptocurrency wallet, is through what is called a recovery phrase, also known as a private key. What it is a 12-word, I'm going to zoom in here and read this to you. It's a 12-word secret recovery phrase. Sometimes it can be 24 as well, it depends on the wallet. Actually, MetaMask has 12, and I think they allow you to do 24. But when you first set this up, it's going to be a 12-word recovery phrase. Now, it can be just random words: boat, hat, shirt, house, car. It doesn't matter. But what it is 12 random words in a very specific order. And this is how you will recover and access your wallet in the event your computer crashes, your house burns down, whatever. Okay, so what you don't want to do is ever give this to anybody. Ever. And that's why I suggested the pen and paper, because what you're going to do is literally write it down on a piece of paper. Don't save it on your computer. Don't put it in a password manager. Don't back it up in Google Drive. Don't do any of that stuff, because if your computer gets hacked, somebody gets that, now they can get access to all your crypto in your wallet. You don't want that. So when you are ready, you're going to click this button that says reveal secret recovery phrase, and it says make sure nobody's looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, but you're not going to be able to see it because I'm going to have it hidden, obviously, just for the purpose of this video. But you're going to get 12 different words. They're going to be numbered 1 through 12. On your paper, you want to write down each word and a number because you need to know the order that they go in. So my recommendation, if it's like number one, car, you're going to write one, car, new line. And if it's two, hat, you're going to write number two, hat, and so on until you write all 12 down. Then you're going to click next. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to confirm it. So this is now, they want to make sure you actually wrote it down. So they're doing kind of the work for you. They want to make sure you actually wrote this down. And it's going to basically ask you to input the secret recovery phrase of some rent. Like in my case, it's asking me enter number 3, number 4, number 8. Yours could be enter number 12, number 2, and number 7. It doesn't matter. But they will basically make sure that you wrote it down. So after you write it down, go ahead and confirm the ones that they ask you. I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to click confirm. And then as long as you entered that correctly, it will say wallet creation successful. I'll read this. You've successfully protected your wallet. Keep your secret recovery phrase safe and secret. It's your responsibility. Remember, Metamask cannot recover your secret recovery phrase. That was a mouthful. Metamask will never ask you for your secret recovery phrase. Never share it with anyone. So again, this is where we talk about decentralization, right? That means there is no central entity that can recover this for you. If you lose this, you lose it. And there have been wallets in crypto where people have lost millions, to potentially sometimes, because they lost their recovery phrase or they lost something, and that wallet just literally forever will have crypto sitting in it that nobody can ever access. So please don't be one of those people. Please, your recovery phrase that you wrote down, your password is not as important because you could technically recover this, wallet without the password. The password really just unlocks the MetaMask app. The recovery phrase is really what you want. Sort of like the difference between having a password that accesses your bank account, whereas your bank account has, like, say, your social security number on the back end, that kind of thing. That's kind of a weak analogy, but you kind of get the point. So, at the very beginning, we said create new wallet. You would actually import and then enter your secret recovery phrase on another computer or what have you. But please keep your computer safe. Please keep your computer, virus free. Do all the things you need to do. Buy a whole separate laptop for this if you need to. If you don't trust yourself, buy a Macintosh and buy a whole separate laptop. My other suggestion, I'm not going to go into this deep at all. I'm just going to give you a suggestion, is to buy what is called a hardware wallet. Ledger wallet is a really good one. This is a device whereby your secret recovery phrase cannot be accessed unless you physically allow it on this device. So even if somebody hacked your computer, your recovery phrase in MetaMask is not accessible unless this physical device gives the end user permission to see it, and you actually have to confirm all your transactions. Consider this. I'm not going to get into this. You can also look at Trezor as another one. Trezor wallet. So Ledger or Trezor. I like Ledger personally. Use the one you want and consider that. Obviously, there's YouTube videos that can walk you through that. That's a little bit more advanced for this. Then you're going to click Got It once you're ready to move forward. Your MetaMask install is complete, and they're going to show you how to pin it. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Anyway, then click Done. You can enable security alerts. That's not a bad idea if you want to do that. Security providers, it basically means that if you're on a website that's trying to steal your information, they'll try to notify you. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Now, on your browser, especially, we're on Chrome again, so consider the fact that this is for Chrome that I'm giving you instructions on. Up here in the upper right, there's like a little puzzle. I know the screen's a little zoomed out. There's a little puzzle piece. Go ahead and click that. You're going to see MetaMask right in there with a pin to the right. Go ahead and click that pin. What that's going to do is it's going to pin the little fox head on your browser so it's easier to access. So you can click this, and here's my wallet right here. I don't have to go to this separate little website here. Okay, so I'm actually going to close this off because most people don't use that. Most people use this little guy up here. So first thing you want to do, because we're talking XETA Black here. Speaking of which, let's just go to XETABlack.com while we're at it. So go ahead and click the little MetaMask icon. First thing you're going to want to do is where it says on the top Ethereum mainnet. These are the different blockchains inside of the wallet. Currently it's operating on the Ethereum blockchain, but XETA Black is on Avalanche currently. And what we want to do is add the Avalanche blockchain so that you can interact. What we want to do is click Add Network on Metamask. And what they've done, thankfully, is they've actually added the ability to include these. You used to have to go and look things up and type things in. You don't have to do that anymore. So where you see Avalanche Network C Chain, you want to click Add to the right of that. You can say, do you want to approve this? Yes. And ask you if you want to switch. You can switch to it, of course. Hit got it, and there you go. So let me close this out again. Now that we're in XETA Black, if we click the MetaMask icon, now at the top you'll see Ethereum mainnet, you'll see Avalanche Network C Chain. You can switch between the blockchains. Same wallet address for both blockchains, but different protocols. Won't worry about that too much right now. But what we want to do is click Import Tokens. You'll see this little thing right here that says your settings. What we're going to do is actually we're going to turn on the ability for it to detect the tokens. This makes your life a little easier. So you want to scroll down where it says Auto Detect Tokens after clicking that link and click On for this, and we'll click that out. So now what happens if we click Import Tokens, we can actually search for a token. So first thing we want to do is search for USDC. Now you're going to see USDC and USDC.E. Ignore the .E and click on USDC. And then click Next and click Import. Now up here you can see account 1/USDC. Go ahead and click that. You can go back. Now you'll notice that USDC token's in here. We have 0 of each. Even if you did not do that and you sent USDC to your wallet, it would be in your wallet. You just wouldn't be able to see it until you clicked Import. Just as a FYI. Don't think you messed something up if you sent USDC to your wallet but you didn't actually add the token. Just add the token and you'll see the USDC sitting there. So on XETA Black's website, what we can do is click Launch App on the upper right corner. And now MetaMask is going to ask if you want to connect. Right? Your first account is what's on there. Go ahead and click Next and Connect. Then click Engine Start. Might ask you to connect a second time, that's fine. Just scroll down, sign into XETA Black, hit sign. There you go. Now if I click off that window, you'll notice it says open. It doesn't say Engine Start, but it says open. It actually has your beginning wallet and your end wallet address on there. You can click open. So now your wallet is connected, and if you had USDC in your wallet, you could now participate. It's that simple. So what does that look like? Say we want to participate. How do we get USDC into here? What's AVAX? What is all this stuff? So next thing is let's go into Coinbase. We're going to open up I'm not going to open up a Coinbase account in this. You'll have to walk through those steps. It's fairly simple, but let's go into Coinbase and show you how to actually participate with XETA Black. Okay, so we are in my Coinbase account. Again, I'm not going to show you how to actually set up a Coinbase account. It's pretty straightforward. Now, we're using Coinbase. You don't have to use Coinbase. I'm using Coinbase because it's kind of where most people go, first and foremost. It's probably the most user-friendly, but certainly not the only exchange that exists. There's plenty of exchanges. You could look into Binance. If you're in the United States, there's Binance US, there's Binance International. You can look at Uphold. You can look at Kraken. You can look at a new up-and-coming one that a lot of people don't know about is Coin Metro. If you're international, of course, you can look at, stuff like BitTrue and KuCoin, and there's all sorts of exchanges. There's a lot of them that exist, and a lot of them that are great. I'm just going to use Coinbase because it's simple. So, a couple of things we want to do. So, obviously, you want to create a payment method on your account. Now, when you go to click buy and sell, what's going to happen is it's going to ask you how you want to buy and sell. What do you want to pay with? Right? This is obviously where you can choose add payment method. You can use a bank account. You can use a debit card. You can do PayPal. I actually think they even have Apple and Samsung Pay. Here's my recommendation. You could do what you want, but if you put in a bank account, first of all, if it's a brand new Coinbase account, you're going to be limited. right? So you're not going to be able to just add a bank and do an ACH, which ACH method stands for automatic clearinghouse, and send over $25,000 or $50,000. They're just not going to let you do that. They're going to say, well, you're limited to $500. They do this very commonly on new accounts. And unless you have had your account for a long time and you've been buying a lot, they don't raise your limit. And they don't do it very quickly. So if you're going to be doing a couple $1,000, that's fine. If you're going to be doing a couple $1,000, you can do a debit card, although that has very high fees. Here's my recommendation. If you're just saying, I want to put, say, 50,000 or 100,000 into XETA Black, the easiest way to do it is a wire transfer. Okay, so a wire transfer, you don't have to wait for anything to clear. Obviously, you have to wait for the wire to be sent over. If you send the wire, usually it's a little tip here. If you send the wire to Coinbase, typically before 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it should arrive the same day, usually in about an hour or two. It'll actually show up in your Coinbase account. So my recommendation is to send a wire, and then that way, when it shows up, you're good to go. You can buy crypto immediately, you can send it immediately, you're ready to go. So that's my suggestion. When you click wire transfer down here, what it's going to do is give you all the information to send the wire. It's going to tell you the fee, routing number, bank number, all that stuff. That's where you're going to send your wire to. You're going to make sure that the account on your bank account matches your name on your Coinbase account, which means you had to have already confirmed your Coinbase account. Coinbase and any exchange will put you through what is called a KYC AML process. That stands for Know Your Customer / Anti-Money Laundering, which basically means they're going to ask you to upload your driver's license or a passport or answer questions about where you work or where you live or take a picture. That's all common stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. That's very standard in crypto. Very, very normal. So until you go through that process, you won't be able to do anything. So you will have to go through that. And then obviously your bank account has to match your name. So that way when you send the wire, they know where to credit it to. For my purposes, and I'm not actually going to buy anything just yet, but I just want to show you what you would need to buy to get started. So you click buy, you're going to see all of these cryptos. Oh my gosh, what do I need to buy here? What am I doing? The very first thing you need is AVAX. AVAX. If you scroll down, you'll see Avalanche right here, AVAX. What do you need AVAX for? Well, the reason you need AVAX is if we open up our Metamask wallet, every transaction will cost you some AVAX. It's not a lot, but you need to have it to perform any transactions, period. It's almost like it's what's called gas. Look at it like Metamask is your car, AVAX is the gasoline. You need some AVAX in order to perform transactions, okay? So what you will need to do, you don't have to buy a lot. I would buy one AVAX. If I click this button, it switches from USD to AVAX. You could buy one AVAX. If I click that button again, it'll tell you what that is in US dollars, like $18. You can even buy $5. It doesn't really matter. I think you have to buy at least like 10 or 15 to send it off. Point is buy one AVAX and then send that to your MetaMask wallet. You'll see one AVAX actually show up. I'll go ahead and buy it and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to switch back to AVAX. I'll buy one AVAX. Ask, do I want to buy? Say yes, buy now. And then this will say it's in the process. Order was submitted. Click done. Here's what you want to do. So go into your MetaMask. See where it says account 1 at the top. If you click that, you will copy your wallet address. This is where you send your crypto to get it into your MetaMask so that MetaMask can then communicate with XETA Black when we're ready to do that. Let's go ahead and refresh our Coinbase and see if it's updated our AVAX purchase yet. And you see it has. Now we're up to $18. So what I'm going to do is click My Assets on the left side. Come down to where it says AVAX right here. Click that. Or Avalanche, excuse me, I think it said. And then what I'm going to do is click Send and Receive up here. And what it's going to ask me for is a couple things. How much do I want to send? And where do I send it? And what do I want to even send? If you had other cryptos, you could send those in here as well. But in this case, I want to send all. which is 1 AVAX. Now that Metamask wallet that we copied in the previous step goes in here. You're going to right click, paste right in there. Going to click continue. It will take a little bit of a network fee, so that's why I have $17.90, because Coinbase has to send this, so Coinbase is going to get hit with that gas fee as well. So that's why you're not saying exactly $18 worth. So go ahead and click send now. And should say that it went through and it sent successfully. There you go. You can click your Metamask and see what it's in there. So if we click Metamask, now you can see I already have it. So notice how it said previously 0 AVAX, now it says 0.9954. Okay, so out of 1, subtract their gas cost, and then that's what we have. So now we can perform transactions. Every transaction can be 10 to 15, maybe 20 cents at the very most. Most of the time it's like 5 or 10 cents. So $18 is going to last us for some time. So that's what I recommend, 5, 10, $15, whatever you want. I just did 18, because it was 1 AVAX at the time. So now that we have this in here, we can perform transactions. So how do we actually get funds into XETA Black? Well, what we want to do is we want to come back to Coinbase, click buy and sell. You need to purchase USDC. Remember when we added USDC to our wallet? Well, we need to buy this and send it to our wallet. Now, USD coin is ratioed at 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So if I wanted to open up, say, a $50,000 Black pool. Now, obviously, I can't do it this way. I need to do a wire, as we previously said, right? So we come down here, click wire. Again, I already showed this. Then you got to send $50,000 to here's what you do. Okay, so then you would send $50,000 here. And once your wire comes in to your Coinbase account, A, you should get an email. But B, you could just come in here and click My Assets, and you should see 50,000 in US dollar. Okay, in which case you'd have to come in here and buy USDC, the crypto, with your USD, the money you sent over. We're going from fiat to crypto. So even when your $50,000 arrives, you'd come in here and click Pay With, and you would see USD. You would see your USD dollar right here as an option once it actually landed in your account. Okay. And you would just simply buy USDC. I'm going to buy a little USDC and just show you how this works, though, just because there is a nuance to it that I want you to know about. So I'm going to click USDC. I'm not going to buy a lot. We'll just buy $100 worth. Ask you if you want to buy now. Say yes. And Coinbase will tell you your order was submitted. You'll get an email. If you have the app on your phone, you'll get a notification as well. So what we can do is refresh here. You'll see your balance change. That's kind of how you'll know it's ready. And you can see now it says 100, and you can now see my USDC is 100 in balance. So we're going to go ahead and click send and receive again. And again, I want to go to Metamask and copy my wallet just in case. And this is the important part. If you send your funds to the wrong wallet, you're not going to get it back. Coinbase can't help. Nobody can help you because this is a decentralized system. You got to make sure you're sending your funds to the right location. So I always go and copy the address. Even if I think I have it copied, I do it anyway, just for safety measure. So go to your Metamask and click account 1 at the top. It'll say copy to clipboard. Come back into Coinbase, click asset. We're going to click USDC. And we're going to click send all, and then we're going to paste. We're going to right click and paste our wallet address right in there. Click continue. Now, this is where you want to stop. In 10 gold stars next to it, stop. Because, I mean, not that you would lose your funds necessarily, but you would send it to the wrong wallet. Because USDC is on multiple blockchains. This is where it can get a little confusing. So if you were to go to a Kraken or a Binance or Uphold or a lot of different crypto exchanges, you can buy and send USDC on different blockchains. So you remember at the beginning when we set up Avalanche on our Metamask, because Ethereum was the blockchain that was on it. So if I go back, you'll notice there's nothing in here. Okay. However, I could also import a USDC in here. Okay. Now you'll notice I have a USDC in Ethereum's blockchain, and I have a USDC in Avalanche's blockchain. All right, it's the same token, but it's on a different blockchain. So if you were to send it to this wallet, because the wallet is the same on both blockchains, and you didn't choose the proper blockchain, you would actually send it to your Ethereum blockchain on your Metamask wallet. I know it's a little confusing, but just kind of hang with me. So what you always want to do is before you send, and not every exchange, by the way, allows you to send USDC on other blockchains. This is where it's tricky. If they don't tell you it's always on Ethereum, keep that in mind. 99% of the time, if they don't specify a blockchain, guaranteed it is the Ethereum version, and that's not going to work. You got to send it on Avalanche. So we're going to click this network right here. It's going to say you can send it on different. They use the word network. I'm using the word blockchain. It's the same thing. Click got it. And these are the blockchains that it supports for USDC. So if you had Polygon in your MetaMask, Solana, Avalanche, and Ethereum, these are the blockchains you can send. So we want to click Avalanche C-Chain. Right now, I'm going to click I understand. I don't recommend actually checking this box off because you actually want to be notified, just in case you don't do this a lot. So again, and let's just say you accidentally did send it to Ethereum. Essentially, all you'd have to do, and this, I don't want to get too much into this, but it would show up in your MetaMask, but under Ethereum. It'd show up right here. Then you'd have to go and buy Ethereum, send it here, and then use that as gas to then send the USD coin back to Coinbase and then redo it all over again. So my suggestion is don't accidentally do it. Okay, it's a little bit of a pain to undo it. So we're going to come back here and click Avalanche C-Chain and click Send Now. And there you go. 100 was sent. Okay, so let's go ahead and click our MetaMask, see if it's in there. There it is, 100 USDC. Okay, so now that you have 100 in there, obviously if you went back to XETA Black, whatever would cost 100 you could use. There's really nothing in here that I can do with 100. The point is until you have that, and it'll actually say, you notice up here, you currently have 100 USDC in your wallet. Please select the Black account you wish to purchase. Now, I can't do anything with 100, but if you had 10,000, it would actually say you could buy 10 of these and so forth and so on. So again, you need one account, at least one account. You can really get any one of these if you want. And then the pools are then available at the different tiers. These are all in USDC, so if you want 100,000, you have 100,000 USDC in your wallet, and you'd be good to go. So again, that is MetaMask, that is Coinbase. Again, you can use any exchange you want. These are called centralized exchanges. You can use any centralized exchange that you wish. And basically, you would do in reverse what we just did if you wanted to cash out. You could click Send and Receive, click Receive, click Bitcoin, click USDC. Again, you can do multiple blockchains. Make sure you click Ethereum right here and click Avalanche. And when you cash out of XETA Black, if you do choose to do that at certain points, this is where you would send the USDC to, because again, your profits come out of XETA Black with USDC as well. So it's pretty easy. You would basically come into your MetaMask when your profits are received. They would go into your MetaMask wallet. You'd see it in here as USDC. You'd click this, click Send. You'd paste this address in here, and you just basically do it in reverse, and then you'd sell it for USD and put that into your bank account at that point. So that's not a quick necessarily tutorial for MetaMask, but relatively 1,000-foot view tutorial, how to install, how to get set up, and how to use a centralized exchange like Coinbase to then participate in XETA Black. So I hope this helps. Go ahead and run through this. If you got any questions, please let our team know. Take care. God bless.